Our story begins with an aloof swamp man named Brett that had lived in the Boggy Bottom his whole life, and that was exactly why he didn't believe all the spooky stories the locals made up. The swamp around the area stretched for miles behind his small, dilapidated shack. Heavy black water, sagging cypress trees, and that constant, wet, humid silence that seemed to swallow up sound. As a kid, older locals had warned him, don't go out into the swamp after dark. They talk about something ancient, something that hid in shadow, and didn't like being seen. Brett always laughed it off as superstition and nonsense. Until this one sweltering July night his dog hadn't returned home. Very unusual for Scout. "Scout," he shouted, standing near the edge of the tree line, flashlight cutting a short, weak beam through the fog and trees. Somehow something felt off and the air smelled wrong. It was thick, rotting, like something had been left too long in the heat. He heard heavy splashing, slow moving as if it were feet coming closer. "Scout, quit messing around." Suddenly, the sound just stopped. Then, from deeper in the swamp, something answered. Brett. His stomach tightened. It sounded like a voice gargled and dragged through mud. Harsh, broken, barely human. But it had distinctly said his name. How would something out here know my name? "Very funny," Brett muttered, though his voice came out shakier and thinner than he intended. No one else lived close enough to play these kinds of tricks. He slowly stepped forward towards the sounds as if his feet were mired in the swamp. The mud sucked at his boots as he pushed deeper in. The fog began to thicken, curling around his legs. The flashlight started flickering as if the batteries were beginning to fail. He banged the side of the flashlight, spooked as he felt as if something was moving nearer, and the thought of relying on only the moonlight for vision. "Hello," he called out with a shaky voice. Another splash. Even closer now. Brett. This time it was right behind him. He spun around, swinging the light. Nothing. Just trees moving. Moonlight swirling on top of black water and silence. And then, Scout's collar floated past his feet. Brett froze. The collar was shredded. Something had ripped it clean off. A low, bubbling sound rose from the water ahead, like something with labored breathing was under the water. The surface began to ripple much larger now. Then it broke. His first thought was it's a man crawling around, long arms, hunched back, but the dark figure was shaped wrong. Too long, too thin. Its skin hung like soaked cloth, dripping black water. Oh, its face. God, its face looked almost human, except the eyes were too deep, too empty, like holes filled with swamp water. And its mouth stretched too wide, splitting its face as it smiled. "Brett," it whispered again. He couldn't move. The thing tilted its head, studying him, as if remembering how to be a person. Then it took a step forward. The sound of its foot lifting from the mud was sickening, a wet suction, like something being peeled apart. That broke him. Brett turned and ran. Branches clawed at his face as he stumbled toward the shack. Behind him, he could still hear it moving, not fast, but steady. Unhurried. It didn't need to rush. It already knew where he lived. He burst out of the swamp, slammed his door, locked it, bolted it, grabbed whatever he could find to block it. Silence. For the longest time, nothing happened. Then, a slow knock. 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 Wet. Heavy. From the other side of the door. Brett. His breath caught as the wood creaked under a second knock. "Let me in." And then, from somewhere inside the house, another voice answered. "He already let me in."